Hey folks, in this video we will explain the Secret Wars 1984 Marvel Comics within 10 minutes. In 1984, Marvel Comics unleashed a massive crossover event that would change the landscape of the Marvel Universe forever. In this video, we'll explain the Secret Wars franchise and how it brought together some of the biggest heroes and villains across the MCU. So grab your popcorn and let's dive in. A few decades ago, comic books weren't always the perpetual crossover machines they are now. Certain characters in the early 1980s still appeared to only belong to particular groups. For instance, there wasn't a lot of interaction between the X-Men and Fantastic Four, and Captain America going up against Magneto was unusual and novel at the time. Because Kenner Toys licensed Marvel Comics characters and needed a huge launch narrative to help sell their toys, they created the series that changed everything. Inspired by the appearance of a huge structure in Central Park, the book was written by editor-in-chief Jim Shooter and featured the first real high-profile crossover. The earlier Contest of Champions only featured a few Marvel heroes in action, most of whom were brand new creations. Upon arriving to investigate, the New York City heroes were abruptly teleported away. Where did they go? A dozen and a half of the 616's most formidable heroes blinked back to life, startled to find themselves in their new location. They paused for a minute to marvel at the strange surroundings. The Avengers, at the time consisting of Captain America, Iron Man, Captain Marvel, Thor, the Hulk, and the She-Hulk, Hawkeye, and the Wasp. The X-Men, Professor X, Storm, Wolverine, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Colossus, Rogue, and Lockheed the Dragon. The Fantastic Four, without Invisible Woman, and Spider-Man are all present on the ship. Magneto, also a member of the group of heroes, adds to the story's suspense. Spider-Woman also joins the group of heroes, however, she is introduced after the initial transport vehicle. Before the heroes' eyes, a second arena in the area materializes, including some of their most vile adversaries. Dr. Doom, Ultron, Galactus, Molecule Man, as well as others like Absorbing Man, Dr. Octopus, the Enchantress, and the Lizard are among the villains on the good guys' side. Later in the narrative, Titania and Volcana debut as two other antagonists, while Claw also makes a comeback. Kang the Conqueror may be the most important character in the movie because Avengers: The Kang Dynasty will be released in May 2025 before the Secret Wars. The galaxy is perfectly visible to both ships, but it quickly vanishes from view. A proposal is made from a mysterious being known as the Beyonder in its place, and Battleworld is created from different fragments of the cosmos, including Denver, Colorado, from Earth. I am from beyond. Slay your enemies, and all you desire shall be yours. Nothing you dream of is impossible for me to accomplish. After the giant had just easily defeated Ultron, who at the time was regarded as very powerful due to his impenetrable adamantium body, it came as ever more of a shock when he was swatted away with ease. This immediately entices Galactus, who wishes to have their insatiable urge to consume removed. Everyone in the room was immediately drawn to this, since it was evidence of the Beyonder's mind. The heroes and villains are transported to Battleworld surface, where confrontations start before anything further can be said. The heroes and the villains engage in several clashes, including one in which the villains dump an entire mountain range on top of the heroes, which the Hulk manages to hold up just long enough for the heroes to flee. The X-Men eventually join Magneto when the heroes part ways, and both groups decide to go their separate ways for the time being. In an effort to increase the villain's power, Dr. Doom locates two women who were in Denver when it became a part of Battleworld and gave them abilities, transforming them into Titania and Volcana. Spider-Woman also travels to Battleworld via their presence in Denver and joins the heroes. The first time Spider-Man gets his symbiote suit, which would eventually leave him and connect to Eddie Brock to become Venom, is among all the battles. Finally, with the aid of Claw, whom he discovered on Galactus' spacecraft, Dr. Doom discovers a means to siphon Galactus' power. Dr. Doom overcomes the Beyonder and steals their strength using the new power. Thanks to the powers of Molecule Man and his realization from Dr. Doom that he can accomplish anything due to his talents, the other villains ultimately leave the Battleworld with Denver. When the heroes decline his invitation to join him, Dr. Doom fully wipes everyone out, leaving just the heroes and him on Battleworld. At least, that is what he thinks at first. Now possessing a piece of the Beyonder, Claw begins to play mind games with Dr. Doom, suggesting that if he didn't want the heroes dead, he might not have murdered them. Dr. Doom becomes troubled by these ideas, and it is later discovered that the heroes actually did live until Captain America faced them. Captain America is continuously destroyed by Dr. Doom, yet he continues returning to life. possibly to an outside force or because Doom doesn't genuinely want to kill Captain America. Dr. Doom and Claw are sent back to their starting point as the Beyonder piece within Claw recognizes its opportunity to reclaim power. After Dr. Doom and Claw leave, the heroes discover that the planet may grant wishes to people with a strong enough desire thanks to leftover energies from the Beyonder. With this new ability, Mr. Fantastic can build a portal gadget that would let everyone return to their homes. With that, the first Secret Wars come to a close, and She-Hulk takes over as the Thing in the Fantastic Four while he embarks on a solo adventure. It goes without saying that the crossover between Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame was hailed as one of the best in media history, so it is simple to understand why anticipation for a Secret Wars movie is growing. With the presence of the X-Men in the Fantastic Four, the film may potentially be an even greater version of the MCU's grand two-part plot. An accurate adaptation would also enable viewers to witness some well-known villains teaming together for the first time. Yes, Thunderbolts, featuring many past MCU villains, will be released in cinemas in 2024. However, it doesn't really matter because none of the team members in the MCU are true villains, rather they are more anti-heroes. The following two-part Avengers saga should be even more memorable than Infinity War and Endgame, thanks to Marvel Studios' ability to surpass itself. Let's take a peek at some of the other comic books in the franchise. Secret Wars 2 nearly put an end to the series. Marvel began a 9-part sequel series in 1986 with the unimaginatively titled Secret Wars 2. In the series, the Beyonder visited Earth and tried to adapt to human life. In this series, a lot of strange things occurred, including Beyonder's romance with the mutant rock star Dazzler and the young mutant Boom Boom. The heroes of Earth finally expelled him. Some fans may have had mixed feelings about the original Secret Wars, but they absolutely detested Secret Wars 2. Despite being a big seller, Marvel seldom mentions it in contemporary comics. For close to 30 years, this terminated the Secret Wars series. However, the return of Secret Wars in 2015 was well worth the wait and surpassed expectations. After 2 great runs on Avengers and Fantastic Four, author Jonathan Hickman decided to try something new in 2015. He took the idea of the first series and turned it up to 11 in a new 9-part series he named Secret Wars. Isan Raibai, an illustrator, produced stunningly excellent work. It served as a type of legacy sequel as well as a relaunch. After introducing the idea of multiversal invasions in both Avengers and Fantastic Four, Hickman developed a novel interpretation of the Battleworld concept, pitting Marvel's heroes against Marvel's villains on a large-scale arena. When it comes to ratings, I won't give Secret Wars a solid 9, maybe not even a 7, but what about the fact that it has to do with introducing 20 heroes, a dozen villains, a brand new opponent, defining the battle stakes, and preparing the first major fight? It's a fairly outstanding accomplishment. More importantly, this issue and the subsequent series introduces a number of ideas that remain important to the Marvel Universe today. Here, Magneto's anti-hero status gathers traction along with the rivalry between Reed Richards and Bruce Banner. Spider-Man's new outfit also plants the seeds for Avengers vs. X-Men and all that comes after, as well as Venom and the entire symbiote subgenre. It was a roller coaster to say the least. Fans were thrilled to learn at the 2022 San Diego Comic-Con Marvel panel that Avengers Secret Wars live-action movie will be released on May 1st, 2026, back from its original date of November 8th, 2025. The movie is being produced by Marvel Studios and will be directed by the Russo brothers, who helmed the wildly successful Avengers Infinity War and Endgame films. The film is expected to bring together some of the biggest names in the Marvel Cinematic Universe for an epic showdown, and fans eagerly anticipate the release. The impact of the Secret Wars 1984 series will surely be felt in the upcoming film, so mark your calendars and get ready. That's it, folks, and as Stan Lee would say, Excelsior! Please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to get up to speed on related Marvel comic book titles. Thank you for watching, and bye!